this mixture of MSA, like Modern Standard Arabic, let's say in general, but it's not the MSA that you students are coming, let's say from the USA are used to, because he use also our sources, our let's say teachers have their own textbooks, so they will not only rely on like regular MSA, you will have additions on that. And I have to say, like the Arabic program is one of our great, let's say, benefit here, and a lot of the positive reviews that we have during the years, it's about the Arabic. So if people are interested in other languages like Turkish or Persian, let's say, you can move on to the faculty and study there. If you have some background with Hebrew, this will be helpful. Otherwise, it's much better to study
Can you hear Mr. Tawfiq or no? Just a second. I think the
uh,
connection is weak. Uh, we can't hear you. We couldn't hear what you said. But
you hear me now, Sujan?
yeah, yeah.
So, so I was talking about Hebrew. If you will have a progress in Hebrew and you would like to continue studying at the Hebrew U, so you can like join the faculty and write a research thesis, let's say, and then continue on maybe to your PhD. So Hebrew is for developing your degree. It's not required for this one intensive year. Um, so, for example, we have this course from about Kiniza from Cairo, where you will meet like Jewish Muslims and others in, especially in like medieval times, how they interacted, how this was like a whole net of connections, not only in the Middle East, but also with the Far East and other regions. So this is one of the courses that we have, and usually students are satisfied with this. Um, as I say, we move on to the modern Middle East. So you have courses sometimes about North Africa, and here we have the Maghreb, and especially about what we used to call the Arab Spring. Of course, you will hear more about this thing, but North Africa under the Western colonialism and the post-colonialism and all of those issues are there, and we are like we have special courses like this to talk about North Africa. So it's not only like Israel, Palestine, or Syria, Jordan, Lebanon. We, as I said from the beginning, we have like a wider. We try to give a wider perspective. So this, by this course by Professor Michal Biran, which is a well-known professor who is studying the Ilkhanid and the Mongols. So it's going to the east in terms of like moving on geography, but it's also going back in time to Genghis Khan and his followers. So you have this aspect also in our program. So if you have another slide, please, Saja.
Thank you, Professor Tawfiq. We have AJ Morin. He's a student and an IME student. He will share with us a little about his journey in Hebrew University as a student here. Yes, please.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. So I did the IME program from 2018 to 2019, and then I officially graduated in 2020. And it was an amazing experience. And so I'll talk a little bit about why I chose it and then my experience there. And Saja, just to clarify, 10 minutes is about what you, the time I have, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So the reason I chose Hebrew University was because a couple of reasons. First of all, I visited Israel for 2 weeks. During my undergrad, I studied in Jordan for 4 months, and we visited Israel at the end, and it was just a fascinating place. And ever since that experience, I was dying to go back and learn more about the life there. And so debating between the Hebrew University and a different program I got accepted to, that experience I had previously, and also being able to live in an area which was the topic of my studies, was really important. And also the tuition was a lot cheaper than other places I had applied to, and I also got some discounts, which helped give some extra motivation to go there. And then as far as my experience while I was there, my favorite aspect was the Arabic. The Arabic courses were very well done, and there's also a lot of opportunities outside of the classroom to study. I studied at an institute called the Polis Institute, and did some additional courses there. And then the people in my classes were from a wide variety of backgrounds, perspectives, and that includes both the faculty and the students. And so my graduating class consisted of people from Asia, South America, North America, Europe, and hearing different perspectives on the same topics was a really vital aspect that helped me grow academically and personally. And the Hebrew University offers a lot of field trips. So you study something in class, and then the next day you go see that in action with your own eyes. And for example, we visited the Sorek Nuclear Research Center. And we also went on archaeological tours in Jerusalem. We went to Nazareth with one of our classes talking about human rights issues, visited Sderot, and just being able to see everything with that perspective was amazing. Having the tandem of in classroom and out of classroom collaboration. And then there's a good balance of modern history and ancient history and everything in between, as Dr. Tawfiq mentioned. And figuring out how to connect all of the ancient history with what's happening now was really important for me. But my favorite part was outside the classroom, being able to use Arabic on a daily basis, going to Palestinian territories on the weekends and using that as practice, and then going into the classroom and trying to reinforce things I had learned. And also, as I mentioned, being able to experience outside the classroom what I had been studying in the classroom was awesome. I couldn't have gotten that at many other places. And my undergraduate degree, I did Middle East studies in Arabic as well here in the United States. And it was just, everything was so distant and theoretical, and I couldn't ever see anything in practice. And there's so many places to explore. I love concerts. So I went to some metal concerts, some rap concerts, some classical music concerts. And so the student life, personal life balance is really good. We got to participate in some holidays, Ramadan, Purim, and just every weekend pick a new place to go visit, whether it's in Jerusalem or traveling outside of Israel or to other places within Israel. And that experience at Hebrew University really helped me pave the way for my career. I currently work at a refugee resettlement agency here in the United States, and I have an opportunity to use Arabic and other skills that I gained while at the Hebrew University. And if it's all right with you, Sajda, I can put my email in the chat.
Sure.
If anyone wants to contact me with other questions. But that's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now with the admission parts, the tuition cost for the IME program is $11,400, as you can see. We also offer scholarships. You can look through this on our website. I'll put the application link in the chat at the end of the session. The application deadline is March 31, and we accept late applications until August. The required admissions for the IME program are a bachelor's degree from an accredited university, English proficiency exam. It can be TOEFL exam, IELTS, and you have to submit your CV, statement of purpose, recommendation letters. The student life in Hebrew University, our graduate community coordinators organize trips in Jerusalem, around Israel, different lectures, Shabbat and holiday meals, and many activities with Israeli students and other students, as AJ mentioned. We also offer on-campus housing for MS students. You can apply through our website. So I'll put the link, the application link in the chat. And if anyone have any questions, please go ahead. For Professor Tawfiq or me.
Lawrence asked in the chat, how many students enroll in the program every year?
Sorry?
Someone asked in the chat, how many students enroll in the program every year?
The average is something like last year's is like 15, sometimes 17, sometimes this week we have 13. So those are not big, like say classes. So,
and I also have a question about the Arabic courses. So if you already know some Arabic, does that mean that you have like a lower amount of hours Arabic during the week than, for example, compared to students who don't have any knowledge of Arabic? Or does every student has like 12 hours Arabic every week?
No, if you have if you are examined and we see that you are in a good level, so you have less hours, yeah. And if we have sometimes if you have other or like a big group like you, let's say, so we'll offer advanced class with mainly reading, so it depends.
If
Any
you
more
have,
questions?
yeah. If you have any further questions, I wrote my email in the chat also, so you can ask any questions by email. So if there is no other questions, we'll end the session here. Okay. Okay, so nice to meet you, everybody. Thanks, Mr. Tawfiq and AJ.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saja. سجا عندنا كمان إشي ولا انهينا؟
لا بس هيك وبنقدر
خلاص
ننهي السيشن يعني نرجع المين روم.
بس ما عندنا كمان راوند مظبوط؟
نو
مش
نو
زي المرة اللي فاتت.
لا بس راوند واحدة.
تمام شكرا سجا.
عفوا.
Hey, just so you know, if you want to go back to the main room, they're talking right now, so you can click leave room and then click leave breakout room and it'll send you back to the main meeting.